And he's the worst bird, the first in the thousands, 'cause he would become champion of 67. And he's the worst bird, the first in the thousands, 'cause he would become champions.
Good evening everybody and welcome to Celtic Rumours TV, episode number 186 of the Bawz and Bovril podcast with myself, Mark. We've got Big Jerry with tonight. How you doing, Jerry boy?
Evening, Marco. I'm good, my man. How are you?
I'm living the dream as always, same as the rest is. Can't believe how lucky I am sometimes.
Cheers. You stole my lines now.
It's a good wee show tonight, man. I don't know if Greg maybe trying to come on. Terence is working. JFPs, I don't know where he is. I messaged him, but I was late messaging him. I'll fire a link out anyway in case there anybody fancies coming on in a wee minute. This is a podcast for our forum at www.celticrumours.co.uk. And the link to that, the description box, the link to that, our Discord and everything, that's down in the description box below. You can even join the Celtic pools, and if you join it the new, you get a fancy wee Champions League Tammy, bonnet, whatever you want to call it, the bobble hat is, I don't know, one or Tammy, I used to call them anyway. But a link to everything's in the description box below. Remember and hit the like button as well on the way in, chaps. Chaps, where did that come from, man? Right, evening Bobby, first in again, Mikey, evening Mikey, Henke, 420, nice to see you mate, thanks for coming in, bud. Grot bags. Brian, nice to see you, Brian, always in here as well. Cameron, nice to see you, bud. That's full flip-flop for the forum. William Smith, nice to see you. G-Doc, thanks for coming in again, mate. Hold on, I didn't shout. I've moved up to the room. I've not got the bit of thing on this computer up here to do the shout-outs to the lads in the forum, so apologies for that. Well, that's us. Get on with it. What do you think, Jerry? What do you think's going to happen tonight? Busy night?
I'm hoping so. There's another couple of signings coming in. I know we've all been waiting all summer for these signings to happen. So, it's good to was it Trusty and Engers. So, I hope we get a couple more. Looks as if we're looking for another midfielder. But ideal if we pull a striker out the bag, but I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll wait and see. It's going to be exciting. A few hours left of the window, and I'm sure your computer will go on like mad, Mark.
Been chaos all day, man. As you know, I was at the zoo. It was at the vet with Yoda earlier on. Know what I mean? It's been a hectic day.
Aye.
But I'm confident. Do you know what I mean? The Engels deal's done. Do you know what I mean? The big defender's done.
Yep.
Luke McCowan's meant to be. That'll be happening before the night's out. And
I'll go for him or that Sanchez.
I think it'll be McCowan for the way even what I'm hearing in that as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I still think they'll be trying to bring another winger of that in. Do you know what I mean? And as I said to you earlier on, it wouldn't surprise me if there was a move for a striker when Roger sees who's available when the window's just about to shut. I wouldn't be surprised to see if there was like a third choice striker come in. I mean, he said he wanted 3, and then he came out and kind of, do you know what I mean? When he played Maid up front the other week, he kind of humped and hawed about it. We knew. I think he was just trying to play the politics game. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he wanted to slag Maid off. I don't think he wanted to admit that we kind of needed to do it out of necessity. So I still think that Rodgers will be looking about to try and get another striker in the door.
I mean, he plays up front there for Japan, but he's no. I've not been a fan of him playing up top. As a striker, I know. He works his socks
I'm
off.
sure Japan play like that false nine stuff in that, do you know, so it's a bit...
Aye.
It's a certain type of player you need to play that, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Evening Estapona, boy, nice to see you, mate.
And McMallana, you missed him. Where was he?
Oh, did I? McMallana, sorry, bud, sorry, mate.
Aye, no, I agreed. I would like us to try and get another striker in. Who it's going to be? I mean, I'd seen the talk of French Eddie, but again, I can't reiterate it. I'm not really a fan of bringing players back. But I think Ipswich have bid stupid money for him. So I think he'll...
On you go, sorry.
He'll be off skated there. We're talking about 20-odd million.
I mean, even at that, but there was no way French Eddie was going to come back here.
No.
See, Celtic had announced the other day that French Eddie, it was strong talk that French Eddie was coming back. For me, Kyogo would have been off before this window shot. There's no way we can keep three strikers of that calibre.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Keep the three strikers of that calibre happy with game time.
No, definitely
Patrick McLaughlin, nice to see you again, mate.
I think it all just came from the Player of the Year awards, seeing him there.
Mm-hmm.
I think seeing him there, he maybe thought there was something in it, but I think his missus is from up here. So I think that's maybe why he was there. But
French Eddie's missus? French Eddie's missus is from up here? Jerry? See, went to now.
Anyway, I know I've seen a few folk.
You cut off there, Jerry.
Oh, did I? So,
aye.
No, aye.
His missus is from up here. I didn't know that.
Apparently so, mate, aye. But I've seen a few folk on about McCown. I think he's going to be he would be like another Barry Robson signing, where he gets about the park and makes the tackles and all the rest of it. So I'd be happy with him coming in as well. As somebody else has said in the chat, I'd like a good core of Scottish players that need to be half decent right enough. But
it's just snobbery, Jerry. I mean, it was Mikey that brought me my attention. Do you know what I mean? Mikey says, "Oh, keep an eye out on that guy in that for Dundee." Evening, Evan, nice to see you, mate. Not seen you for a while. Thanks for coming in, bud. So I kind of, do you know what I mean? I watched him against us in a game. He didn't do much at all. But you can't judge a player with what they do against us. Do you know what I mean? You can't. Players stand out.
We're going to that left back though.
Aye, I know.
Turned a superstar for playing one game.
Aye.
But I've seen that McCown a few times. Even that Dundee derby there, he had a right good game.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to be streaming that. I didn't watch much here, but Mikey again, he was at that with Jonas and said that was he ran the show that game as well. I mean, we're not breaking the bank. People like that on the forum, he's not going to take us any higher level of the Champions League. We don't play in the Champions League week in and week. Do you know what I mean? Every game's not in the Champions League. Yeah. He's proven that he's good enough to play in Scotland, in the top league in Scotland. He's a top player in one of the kind of smallest teams in the league. He shines out every game he plays for them, and the majority of games he plays for them. It's not a lot of money. And he's only 26. He's 4 years younger than Hartley and Robson when we signed him. Who knows what kind of player Brendan Rodgers could mould him into?
Yep.
It's a no-brainer for me, really. When you've got a wee kind of player like that right in your doorstep. Fair dues, he's not costing us mega money.
No, I agree.
But Matt O'Reilly didn't cost us mega money. I mean, this is £1 million, and probably if he comes in, he will improve under Rodgers. I've no doubt about that. He'll be there as a squad player for the next, maybe the rest of his career for all we know. Do you know what I mean? Jerry, you keep cutting it.
Okay, a winger brought in.
Sorry, you keep cutting it, Jerry.
I do. Don't know.
Aye.
We've seen everybody in the chat is agreeing that we would like to see a winger brought in.
Aye. Aye, definitely.
He wouldn't mind a winger that would kind of stun us, to say, for left field, that we maybe no heard or whatever.
Even go get somebody on loan. See somebody a crazy going. I mean, I saw somebody mentioned it on Amy earlier on. I was asking him about the Italian boy for Chelsea that were meant to be linked to, and he flung in is it something Marketing for Man City? Was it Mark?
We were linked with him at the start of last season, I'm sure. The centre mid.
Aye, man, is he a centre mid?
Aye, he's a wonderful player.
Right.
Aye.
It was just he was telling us that Man City were trying to get him to sign a new deal and put him out on loan, and we were one of the teams that were mentioned for him to go and loan to.
Aye, no, I'm sure we were linked with him last season as well. No, he's a fantastic wee player, or big player. I'm surprised you've not heard him with that fit by manager and all that he's played. He's a monster in that. So
I've never came across him. I've never came across. I've heard his brother. He's got a brother that plays for. Don't know, but his brother plays for one of the championship or that team's doing in England, I'm sure.
Aye. No, I'm not sure. I think that they're looking to get him out on loan and get him games. But if he's I don't know where he was got to place in our team. Granted, he's a fantastic player, but
even like the boy for Chelsea, just as another centre midfielder, I don't think we really need that for getting McCowan in.
I don't think we need that. No, obviously, they're a higher standard.
But I'm talking numbers. I'm talking numbers wise. Aye. And you're buying in Luke McCowan and a young boy from Man City or Chelsea that's going to take game time after Luke McCowan.
Exactly. So, plus he's a centre mid, as you say. So it's maybe a winger we're looking for. But we'll wait and see who else is brought in. But the players that have been out the door have been brilliant as well.
See if we get the players that we're talking about coming in this window, and the players that we've got rid of. I mean, fair dues, a lot of them's in loan and stuff like that. But the players that we've got out the door, this has been one of the best Celtic transfer windows in a long, long time.
Definitely. 100%.
I mean, because even under Ange, we stockpiled players. Do you know what I mean? We've stockpiled players for a few years now.
Yep.
There was just so many there that. I mean, it's not through any fault of the players. I mean, as we spoke about, a lot of the players that came in last summer were like Angie's targets in that.
Yep.
Do you think any of them would have succeeded more if Angie's still been here?
No, the players that we brought in
last summer. Now they were kind of Angie and Mark Lowell's kind of targets. But by the chat, do you think any of them would have turned out any better if Angie's still been here and the manager? I mean, I don't.
I'm thinking of defenders. I mean,
well, that's what I was going to say.
And no for me, Mark, at all. I just can't see it.
A big slow centre half's a big slow centre half. No matter who the manager is,
you couldn't give him any pace, regardless. The other one you could keep fit. But no, it's better off getting him out the door.
But that ain't good as well. You know what I mean?
I think he's saying 23 players out. That's some amount.
I know.
Some amount. So we're talking about
that's ridiculous. That's when you think about it.
Oh, of course.
Players, that's practically a full squad out the door.
Right. I know. It's frightening. But you think of the Rodgers is great at developing players and bringing them on. I mean, I'm not going to just say it's odd to him, but look at the job. I keep saying it's the job he done with O'Reilly. He brought him on leaps and bounds. As I say, he was decent when he was with under Ange, but it was sensational with Rodgers. So if somebody's going to develop a player, it's got to be Rodgers. So I couldn't see any of them got to succeed.
Well, I mean, that's what he wants to do. He says that he enjoys doing that, developing players and making players better. And, I mean, we've spoken about it. His man management skills are fantastic.
Aye. Yeah.
We say it, and JFP says it all the time, but we do really need to realise that we're lucky to have a pure top level elite manager.
Aye.
I mean, there's all the time. I mean, the day of the transfer, when he was getting interviewed on that bit in Sky Sports and all that, he was as cool as a cucumber there. The guy was trying to catch him out with the evening, Ian. Nice to see you again, Ian McIntosh. Thanks for coming in, mate. Even the guy was trying to catch him out, asking him about the Champions League homegrown quota, I think, to see if he was going to drop a clanger about McCowan. I've seen people saying as well that we were trying to get Lennon Miller the day, but
he's white as a Clyde. Do you think there's anything in that Lennon Miller?
No.
Here they are.
I mean, don't get us wrong. See if he becomes available. I think Celtic will be at the front of the queue. But I think his dad's not meant to want him, getting that kind of thing with on him and his family when he's at such a young age. Do you know what I mean? Whether signing for us or even, I don't know if he would sign for them. But when he does become available, there'll be a lot more than Celtic in for him. Do you know what I mean? I was talking to one of the English heads about it the other day and actually said, I'm surprised that none of the Italian teams have come in for him. The way the Italians seem to be like scouting our league when they went for like Ferguson. Do you know what I mean? Players like that. Because he'd be an ideal. I mean, you think about that. The English head said to me, he says he's one of the best players in Scotland, you know. He says for that age, he says it's unbelievable.
Yep. And
to think of like a team, like an Italian team coming and taking him out of Italy at his age and coaching him better and all that, you could end up a world-class Scottish player. Do you know? It's crazy. He's a player that could go to the very top of the game, that Lennon Miller. I don't care what people say, he's only Motherwell and that, but he's one of the best young players I've seen anywhere for a long, long time in that kind of central midfield kind of role that he does.
Aye, definitely. There's Ian saying it now. He would buy Miller now and loan him back.
Everybody said that. I would even offer. I mean, I don't offer him crazy money. I would say to him, look, while Celtic sitting there with all this money in the bank, tell them, just say, look, we'll give you £5 million now to buy him, and we'll give him back on loan for 2 years. Or we'll give him back on loan for at least a year, and then we'll look, because he might kick on a bit, and maybe Motherwell win the B's level. He'd maybe be better at an Aberdeen or a championship team down in England. I mean, because he shines out in that Motherwell team. Yep. He should, even at his age, he should be playing in a better higher level than that. But I still don't think if I signed him for Celtic, I know why you're throwing him into like Sunday's game. Celtic would still need to nurture him because he's so young.
Of course, but again, they can only do that by putting the boy out on loan. It's too late in the window now if you decide him to put him on loan anywhere else. So you're just going to stunt his development.
That's exactly it. If he came to Celtic, go and play in that B League against rubbish like that. There's Terence here. Evening, Terence. Enjoy your shift, mate.
So no, it's, you know, who was it had the deal? Was it Narovsky? It was lined up to leave, and Rodgers blocked it at the last minute in January.
Was that no Lager Bielka?
Oh, Lager Bielka it was. But who was it? Was it Lecce or Udinese? He was maybe going to. I seen one of them ended up signing that Filip Benkovic to play centre half. I thought, gee whiz, going for one that was injury prone and no pace to another one that was injury prone with no pace. Wild. But I'm glad that Mikey Johnson's away as well.
I think everybody was. What made you think of him there? Terrace put him up in the chat there.
Aye, but it was good that for the sake of his career as well, he's got to go and play games.
I've said that 100 times. It's like, I keep saying it, it's like even down to Scott Bain. I mean, see, at his age, you'd think, I'm a football player, I need to go try and like, play some games.
Aye. Yeah.
I mean, I've said to you the other week, Scott Bain's got one of the best jobs in the world. He gets paid to keep fit. He does. He gets paid to keep fit and do some football training.
Aye. Lucky guy, yeah.
Aye.
All right gig if you can get it. All right gig. What about McCarthy? He's been paid to do nada. He's not needed to keep himself fit.
I know.
Frightening.
I heard he was going to Hearts. Is there anything been more said about that?
Nobody's mentioned it. Nobody's mentioned it. So I don't know if it's nonsense or what. What about the so Trusty, if he's signed that's us, we'll not be looking for another defender, because I thought if Newcastle had signed that, is it Guhi or whatever his name is, centre half,
Aye.
Crystal Palace, would maybe try and look at Shar again. Because last time Rodgers was here, he quite fancied him.
Aye.
I think he's no chance he was going to be getting in that Newcastle team if they signed him. And he's at the same age, 31, 32, to be maybe looking for first team games.
I didn't think he was as old as that. That's sure.
Aye. Okay, I think about when Rodgers was here last time round, how long ago that was. So that was one of the ones he was wanting, him and the Castagna, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Aye. That would have been a cracking. That would have been some saying for us.
Aye, 100%. 100%. Do you think any of the players we sign the day will be playing on Sunday?
No. I don't even. I'd be surprised if any of them even make the bench, to be honest.
Aye.
Well, they've not done a day's training, a minute's training. Do you know what? Even to get used to tactics or anything like that. So I would be surprised.
Yeah, it's just I'd seen Rodgers had said about how the ones that targeted are they're playing first team football now. They're up to match speed.
Maybe McCowan.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Because he's just coming across the road kind of thing along the is it the M8 that motor? I don't know if that's still the M8 you take for Dundee. I don't know, but you know what I mean. So maybe like he could be on the bench, but the rest of them, even if they've all arrived in the country today, you know, it would be a bit much to throw them into a derby game in their first game in the whirlwind and just getting their transfer to Celtic and stuff. So no, I would be surprised to see any involvement unless it's just maybe McCowan.
How long was it? Remember Moravjic signed? How long before was it? Was that not his first game?
Aye.
I don't know how long he was here.
But so did Matt O'Reilly's and Juranovic.
I think Juranovic.
Maybe.
Aye.
Yeah, even I was in days and we did his wife and daughter today through my work and the pleasure breaking news to him of Vans coming back up.
I totally forgot about them until you messaged us to say about they were in that draw.
Oh, did you see that?
Aye, good on them. Nice. A few more spankings.
Patrick, you're saying Bawz has trained with the team at least, has he? I never seen any pictures of that.
Sinclair, I knew Henke would get it. Sinclair, and then AJ at Ibrox.
AJ.
That was it. Well done, Ter. What about Big Vickers? Anything to be worried about? No.
No, I just did a day off for general recovery.
Yep.
But no, it's been. I think now we're talking myself. He's no kind of looked quite up to speed for the season starting. He looked a bit sluggish, and I think maybe Rodgers has said to him, "You've just a wee day's rest, a couple of days rest, so that you're in this flying for Sunday."
Yep. Aye. Either that or try to manage him. These injuries that have been reoccurring. Just hoping. So you hearing any other rumours that have no
recess? No, anything I've no said. Like tell you about all day kind of thing.
Aye. Table v Thistle. Aye, very good, thank you. Don't start with that.
Table v. I'm not getting into that. Oh my no.
Here, I can actually trump that. Do you know Greg admitted that he had made a mistake? It wasn't Table he was talking about, it was Baldy. He says he couldn't believe we had two Baldies at one point. It was Amido Baldy he was thinking of. He's no the full Sharon. Tell you that yonks ago with the trivia questions he was trying to argue a guy one night. The trivia questions, the answers. No boy was near having a heart attack, man. because he was right. The old boy was right. And Greg had finally had to Google it to admit that he was wrong. So he's get previous for it.
See, when you're talking about it, I can remember once going to football and we used to pick up boys for Hamilton and that, right? They must have all been at a night out. If you're doing the town centre of Hamilton, right? And they must have all been at a night out because they were all still partying, do you know what I mean? And this wee boy had a JFK mask. See, like one of the kind of rubber, I was a half decent kind of looking, do you know what I mean? Like, but, and he kept going on about John Francis Kennedy, right? God bless John Francis Kennedy and that. And I'm like, his name was Fitzgerald. Honest to God, I thought we were nearly fighting over this. And other boys in the bus are saying to him, here it is, he's right. And other boys are saying, here, I don't know if he's right, but I believe Big Jim before I believe any of the rest of them. Do you know what I mean? Oh, just pure adamant that he knew this. I'm like, whatever, man.
Easy done. Aye, sorry guys, I've burst your bubble. I know everybody was searching for Tabley, so was I.
Here, fair play to Bobby, fun one.
Aye, I couldn't believe
even the question. Greg messed up the question and fucking Bobby came up with the right answer.
Aye.
That was hilarious, that was hilarious, that.
I didn't know what was going on.
You thought you'd flick your camera on or something, didn't you?
I thought my camera on, you were all laughing. Not that we got a lot to see, but I thought, what's going on?
Brilliant, man.
Aye, not half. What about
Davey, Ramey's brother. I know Ramey, Henky. Went to school with Ramey.
What's that?
Henky's asking if I know a wee guy. In fact, his brother made your supporters bus badges for his back in the day. So I probably, for his name, aye. There isn't many people about Hamilton that I don't know, to be honest with you, Henky. I just flip-flop. Cameron, he tried, see that question with the trialist, he tried to put like a list of trialists up in the forum, and it kept getting rejected, and one of the English guys just blocked his account and everything off the forum after live chat for the games a lot. Well, that's another thing as well. We do live chats for the Celtic games. Just there's no like this. We'll maybe start doing some daft watch alongs like that. But it's just like a wee text live chat. And it's just a forum, www.celticrumours.co.uk/live. And it's a good wee, you get a good wee laugh just blathering with the lads while you're watching the game and that. Apart from Brian. Brian's a pain in the arsehole for jumping the gun with the scores and that. We know 10 minutes of hint and he's telling you it's a score and that.
I don't know. It's the hamster in the wheel. Anytime I go on it, man, everybody seems to know what's happened and you're shouting and screaming yes. And every day my old boy and that's cracking up because we're about 5 minutes behind. So that's how I try and avoid. I used to like remember when the football was a wee bit turgid under Dyla?
Aye.
And we had it on, man. You get more laugh. You bothered more about what was happening in the chat than you did with the game.
Aye. Sitting talking about recipes and stuff like that. Some of the mad part.
There was one type where we were all remodelling somebody's bathroom. I can't remember who it was. We're all talking about remodelling somebody's bathroom.
Aye.
What we would do. Oh, hold on, we've scored. When did that happen? That was good laugh. What about
Brian, Mark, is that why people shout at me? That's exactly why.
Put a bit of water away to way down to Birmingham.
Aye. Is it just that one? Because I did see that Birmingham were wanting to buy him, but maybe it was a bit late in the window to negotiate a fee and that, so they were just going to take him on loan. I didn't know they'd get relegated.
Birmingham?
Aye. That's them down to like the League One.
I couldn't tell you anything about them, mate.
Aye.
I thought, as I said, I knew when Home was coming on the other day that there must be something happening with Awata. There wasn't fancied or what, because he wasn't listed as injured.
No, but we said that the other night, wasn't there? There was no kind of reason for him not to be
on
the bench.
And then we're talking about Home. Maybe get a shout going to, maybe shoot him going to Aberdeen with a Scandinavian manager there to get him some game time.
I mean, I would rather home went out and loan than even stuck about at Celtic, you know.
I definitely. I want to believe.
Again, look at the amount of midfielders that they've got.
Yep. 100%.
And I think there is a player in there, even what we've seen him, and he came with quite a decent reputation as a good young player.
Aye.
So
we said he wasn't wouldn't class him as a project. He'd played European football and first team football and all the rest of it.
Aye, he just fell off a cliff.
Aye. No danger. Did that Birmingham sign right? That Scott Wright after them? G-Dog's saying.
Off.
They must be desperate then. They must be desperate. Ben Davies and Wright.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oofed.
I mean, that's them. So they're that's two of their big so-called big players have left to go and play in the third division of England.
Oof.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Chris Davies is now the manager.
Him that was Rodgers' assistant the first time he was up here, isn't it?
Aye. I don't think him question his eye for a player if he thinks he can get a tune out of them. A fair dues, but Wright and Ben Davies, he's obviously looking for combo play, isn't he?
Ben Davies just fell some away from, do you know what I mean, ended up at Liverpool and that. Fuck him.
Ganton.
Did anybody get Oasis tickets? I know that's not to do with football, but just fucking blockies.
No, I never ever bought it.
Bobby 1962, if I didn't get a shout out there, mate. I've just got you there. Francis the Third of McFarlane, nice to see you as well. It's a new name. Thanks very much for coming in, buddy. What'd you say there, Jerry? You you're not an Oasis fan, no?
Ah, man, I was never really into music in that Oasis, no.
I was into them when I was younger and that, but there was a thing you could have done. You went into a ballot for the day and you got a code to go and you could buy tickets today. Just going on to general sale the more it is, Henky. I never go to them. If you didn't hear them for 5 o'clock, you didn't go. Man, I wasn't born on my backside. See, even because I've got crutches and that, but she was nipping my head. So I put in for the ballot and I was going to see if I'd go to any, I would just got to tell her to get her and her sister and whoever wants to go. I wouldn't have bought my backside going, I don't think. That's what I'm just asking Kieran as well. No, I didn't get any, mate. Even though, if you like the Beatles, you'll like Oasis. I think that's who the Beatles ripped off.
Did they, aye?
Aye, the Beatles ripped off Noel Gallagher in his past life.
I'm no, as I say, I couldn't tell you about them, man.
It's like, I see guys I used to hang about me and that. You get scooting with them, you see like a party, a house party kind of thing.
Aye.
You'd be bump man, you'd be like that, and all of their music, it was just rebel music. That was what they liked. Do you know what I mean? Used to say, you don't get any decent music, decent music. Oh, fuck, man. Nobody listened to anything apart from rebel music.
What's up with that?
Fuck.
I've got a pal. His old boy was like that. That was all he had, man. He knew every word to every song. It was frightening. God rest Don Fox.
The Jam, Mikey, the Jam's a cracking band, I know.
There William Smith asking, what about Welsh and Yang out on loan?
I think Welsh to stay and Yang out on loan. I think Welsh is staying.
I think so. Especially if we can get rid of that Lagerbielke and Narovsky.
Aye. There's no reason to. I know. He's not. I don't know if what flung me Welsh was, again, the Italian teams were coming in for him. So you could say, there must be a player in there. But see, to be honest, we've not seen enough of him.
Remember he came on, they played for months and he came on one game, was it Hibs? And they tore him a new arsehole. He was letting the ball bounce and the boy get by him and everything. You think, fuck. That's the problem. They don't play for long and weary and then get thrown in. But he's all right maybe domestically, but no, he's only ever going to be a backup here. See
this thing with the quota.
I was
People
just
need
about
to
to
stop.
say it.
Aye, people need to stop thinking about or panicking about that.
It's just a
Because
space.
you name a 25-man squad, right, and 8 of them need to be homegrown. And see if you've not got the homegrown quota. All it means is you're only allowed to put 24 players in your squad, but that's only your A-list squad, because then you've got a B-list squad that you put in, I know.
Yep.
Right, see last season, I put it up in the forum earlier, right, and you can, plus, we've got like the Greg Taylor ones, but you can put youth players in. The youth players will count as homegrown. It's nothing more than a kind of box ticking exercise to make sure you're trying to bring on young players. So last season on our lists we gave to UEFA as our squad with Scott Bain, Joe Morrison, the young keeper, Greg Taylor, and Adam Montgomery, Tony Ralston, Welsh, Mitchell Frame, Cal McGregor, Daniel Kelly, James Forrest, and you can throw in Rocco Vatt and Mikey Johnson into that as homegrown. I mean,
that was wild. That off the top of your head, Mark? You get that written
no,
down?
I put it up in the forum. I put it up in the forum earlier. I just went and read it after that. I'm not that. Jeez, oh man.
C3PO there.
Evening, San Fran. Nice to see you, bud. Thanks for coming in.
As you said,
So it doesn't really, people say that helps the quote, and I know what they mean by that, but I wouldn't pay much attention to stuff like that.
Aye, definitely. I thought Rodgers would maybe have said that, but he's the one who got to shoot himself in the foot. Because we're talking about, heard them saying about maybe you could put a youth player in there, but what's the point in putting a youth player in there if he's never going to play and B, he's not good enough?
Well, that's it, but I mean, that's the thing. Every team is put in these lists. Do you know what I mean? And the majority of the players on these lists aren't going to get a sniff at like a European level of football if they're a young player, maybe in a few years' time or stuff like that. But they're only there to make up the numbers. That's all it is.
Aye. See, we're talking about Adam Montgomery there, man. He started not too bad. Was it last season, the pre-season for us?
Aye.
Remember the big boy that played up? He played a couple of games up front for us. Was it Dawson?
Joey Dawson.
Aye, what happened to him? I thought he looked as if he's got a very good player.
I'm not even sure where he ended up.
No, he played a few. I know he got injured, but I thought the few games I seen him, I liked the look of him. I thought he'd be all right.
I thought he'd left us. He's still with us.
I think he's saying he's injured. Aye.
Because I've not heard him for that long, I thought he'd moved on, to be honest.
No, I thought he'd maybe injured. I'm not sure what age he is or how he's going to do it, but I thought I liked the look of him the couple of wee games he came on and that he played.
He can get injured, came back and get another badging.
Christ, poor laddie. Not so good.
I mean, what time are we sitting at here?
28.
Still nothing. I mean, we're going to have a few, like 4 or 5 announcements all at one time.
Hopefully.
It's destroying them, Tay. It's absolutely destroying them at Ibrox, what's going on in Celtic today.
Oh, they signed 9 superstars at the start of the season, did they know? Or start of the transfer window that everybody was after.
Yeah, it's even usually you're on social media and stuff like that, and it's like you see them and it's like, all right, let's get the battle fever on and that. They're absolutely shitting themselves.
Long may continue. Get it up there.
Telling you.
Aye. Regardless, you know the situation with me. I ain't watching it. My old boy will record it and I'll watch it once it's done and dusted.
That's crazy, man. Do you take your phone with you?
Well, I don't know where I was going to go. I don't know.
Anyway. I was just going to send you text about it.
I fire my phone onto flight mode. I fire my phone onto flight mode, but I was going to go down to the gym that's near us. Don't get reception in it, so I was thinking about it. But I'll wait and see what Sunday brings. My pal James is going to the game, so hopefully
When did that start? How did it start?
I don't know. It's too many doors, walls, sheds, having to replace things in the house for getting things broken. So I just decided that enough was enough, and my ma hated it. So I don't like it at all.
My mum used to hate it. I know when Celtic Rangers were playing.
Aye. She wasn't from the West Coast. She didn't understand it. She didn't understand it.
Your mum was your mum no fair about?
No. She was from up north, so she didn't understand the whole carry on. Which was surprising because married into my dad's side of the family. They're all a bit similar to myself.
Aye. I've passed that picture about earlier on. It's meant to be trusty.
Aye.
I don't know how anybody can make that out right enough. Could be anybody, you know what I mean? But there's definitely somebody there.
Tell me this, right? I don't know anything about that boy Engels, right? See the signings, know nothing about them. In comparison, the now Wembley knows in O'Reilly, the now puts. I know that he's also away to Brighton for 30 odd million, and we're signing a boy for 10 million. But how far away is he levels wise for O'Reilly? Does MD know?
Oh, I'll put it to you this way: he's a far better player than O'Reilly was when O'Reilly was his age. See, when O'Reilly came into Celtic, Engels is head and shoulders above him. Then, maybe after 6 months a season, he'll take your Matt O'Reilly. Honestly, or even Mikey saying it, same level if not higher in his opinion. This is a massive coup for Celtic to get a player like this. See, when we were linked to him, I kind of wrote it off. Do you know, that's never got to happen. And then just, do you know what I mean, filed that away in the bullshit department. See, when it became kind of known that he was available, there'll have been I'm not saying richer, but bigger, better leagues than that. There'll have been other teams in for him.
Superb.
No doubt in my mind, we've got one of the best signings Celtic's made in years.
I hope to God he lives up to it. Hope to goodness he lives up to it. We'll stay wait and see.
Just wait, Jerry. Honestly, you'll love the guy, man. Evening, Ken. Nice to see you in, bud. But the other boy, that bogus. I'm glad that collapsed the deal for him.
So I said that to you, didn't I? I know it sounds like I thought about snobbery, but Lewis Morgan looked really good in MLS. I'm not a fan of that league at all.
And he bombed it. He bombed it. Leeds in that as well. See that Trusty. I messaged a wee boy. I met him through the Arsenal forum, right? We have a wee blether on WhatsApp and stuff like that. And I messaged him. Said, would you make it as Trusty in that? Who? He never even heard of him. The guy spent a year at Arsenal and he hadn't even heard of him.
Aye. I thought a few folk have written him off as per usual already. But my faith in Rodgers.
Spurs fans said Carter Vickers was shite.
Aye. Yep.
I mean, you know how I feel. I don't believe he's as good as a lot of Celtic fans make him out to be, but he's very, very, very far from shite. Look at the way Norwich fans went on about Big Ida in the January when we signed him in January. Just because you've had a poor time at one club, Chris Sutton at Chelsea is a classic example I always bring up at that.
Yep.
Just because you've made one bad move.
100%. I'm prepared to. I mean, if Rodgers thinks there's a player there and he can do something, then batter in by all means.
If Patrick said I think it's better, he's not coming in with a load of hype anyway. That's true. I mean, if you look at the hype for Duffy, when we signed Duffy, everybody, here we go. Do you know what I mean? Because he was Irish and that. There, Pat, you reading my mind here, mate. Stop typing so quick. But it is, I mean, you can form an opinion on a player when we're linked to him and stuff, and go and read about him, watch videos and ask people you know about him to form an opinion. But you can never write a player off.
Aye.
I mean, let's face it, do you think they're talking about Matt O'Reilly? Do you think when Celtic scouted Matt O'Reilly, I mean, there's a lot of teams, even Liverpool, were sniffing about him because it was one of the data-driven transfers. His stats were tappy, everything done in England for a full season nearly. But they're no way when Celtic signed him. Just thought, well, we've got a right good player, we maybe get £10 million for him in a couple of years. Do you know what I mean? I mean, because let's face it, Matt O'Reilly has only had one really good season with Celtic.
Correct.
And if Ange hadn't left, he'd have left. And if he'd left when Ange left, and bothered, I don't think any would have really bothered our arse that much.
I agreed, mate. I said that as well. I don't think it would have batted an eyelid. So, and then I remember when the Riley McCree we were going to sign before.
Aye.
I think everybody was wanting him before O'Reilly as well.
Well, that was the Ange choice. So we can thank Mark Lelvin that for visit him. He would have been there at the time when O'Reilly came, wasn't it?
No.
It was whoever was in charge of that side of things, it was him that came up with Matt O'Reilly when that Riley McGree kind of turned us down. I wonder where he is now. Where's he playing Bobby now, that Riley McGree? Is he still there?
Got a bad injury at Middlesbrough. I got a bad injury, but I don't know if he's still there. I don't know where he went, but as you said, the Polish boy, I'm kind of glad we never went down the road of paying this. They were saying 8 million, but then there was other ones that said it was only 3 million, but still.
See, I saw that. I was talking to Jabber about that the other day, and I said that I've seen the fees only meant to be 3 million. If it was 3 million, fair dues, you'd maybe take a bit of gamble on it, but not like £8 million. That's definitely 100% get better players for £8 million out there than somebody for the MLS.
Aye. I would have all rather the Lennon Miller than the Polish boy, but I don't think he'll be coming.
Than that Nick Hammond at the time.
Yep.
Many fans.
I think I still hope. I don't know if it's hope more than thing. There'll be somebody that we've no heard of signing, and I'm hoping there is.
Kind of something a bit special.
Aye. It'd be brilliant. Even if we've had it's been good. Rodgers has definitely set about trying to get the deadwood, if you like, off the books. He's making some. They're obviously his signings, and then it'll be interesting to see what he wants to do after this game's out the way and the transfer window's shut, recruitment wise.
That's Patrick, that's spot on. We start trusting Sunday and can see the goal people pipe up. Do you know what I mean? I tell you, he's garbage and that'll be him. Rubbish forever.
Aye.
Like Starfelt. Do you know what I mean? After the Hearts game, nobody gave Starfelt a crack of the whip. And now people are saying, would you take Starfelt back?
I know. Definitely no for me.
No.
No for me.
If this big boy's coming into partner, Carter Vickers, with Scales, even with Scales is back up. I'm not too sure about Welsh, but fair dues. But even with Scales it back up, that would do me, really. Just as long as you're just hoping then, but Carter Vickers or this boy doesn't get injured.
Aye, well, to be fair to Scales, I'm not like he's started the stronger out the two of them. Him and Vickers. Vickers has started the season a bit ropey. So, but we'll wait to see. He brings a bit of composure to that back line. I think he'll be tried and tested on Sunday. The normal lineup.
I think that as well. The only one I think there's any kind of question or is whether it's how fit Kyogo is and like what Brendan Rodgers But his thing is, but that's for me. That's the only position that there's any kind of question about the striker role.
Mm-hmm. Maeda and
Kuhn in for James Forrest as well. Aye.
Yep. I would be starting Kyogo as well, mate. To be honest, I'd be starting him.
So would I. I said we spoke about that the other night.
James Forrest.
Said about the teams.
Either later on. That is a good question for William Smith. Is he any good at free kicks, this boy Engels?
See, to be honest, I can't even see him hitting any free kicks.
Right, there was nothing more frustrating with corners and all. If you hit the first man.
The thing about that is, I just don't understand why even youngsters don't work on things like that. Do you know what I mean? If you're coming in, if you're a football player and you've got that kind of thing to your game, look at Beckham.
Exactly. Yep.
Your Henke saying that Valley's a free kick expert. So there you go. Aye.
That's Bobby's team. That's the same team I would start as well. That's the same team I would go with.
Aye, same with me. That's what I would go with too.
Yep. And then I say Irish throw. Do you think that Valley or any of them will be on the bench? No.
I think that Valley, mate, somebody put in the chat that he has done he was training. So if he's done a day's training, I don't see why he can't be on the bench.
Aye, there's a question. It's at you on the pens. Do we get a penalty on Sunday?
Aye, maybe then, isn't it?
I hate see any short run-ups or these stop-start, man. Put the ball down, man, and blooter it into the corner. That's it. Job done. But it all depends on who's in goals for them right enough on Sunday. Because remember, I tell you, I think Butland will be away.
Aye, so you did.
I said I wouldn't be surprised if Butland's away. No, remember?
Nah, don't begin us any of that shit. We know the truth.
Aye, so right again.
That would be a belter, but wouldn't it?
No, half after saying he wasn't for sale.
And then it came out. Then it came out that I think everybody's for sale. They've fucked up this new stone and they've just lost a court case and all sorts of anybody's for sale.
Aye.
They're sad fans saying it. Butland forcing the move. He's wanted out of there all along.
Aye.
I'll be more surprised if he's still a Rangers player when this window shuts tonight than opposite, and then if he stays. Then if he goes, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So I keep saying it. The boy, that wee boy from Motherwell, Kelly, he's not going to.
I go there to be second fiddle.
Aye, at his age, what we're talking about, players want to play football, play games. It's not. So you're not going to just go there to sit there without getting any hint of any chance. Because if Butland's there, as long as he's fit, he's going to be playing.
I'm just reading P. McLaughlin's post below that one. Rangers are 3.4. They've not got 3.4 million at all. They couldn't offer that over the next 10 windies, mate.
Could you not buy Dundee FC for that money?
And then I was going to say, I agree with Michael and all about Hitachi's pens are haunting. But I wasn't sure if Bernardo would be up for it.
If that was anybody else, they'd be relegated. Yeah, Michael, who Dundee would be worth that kind of money?
Nobody, mate. Nobody.
Even if they did have that to spend. I mean, if they £3.4 million to spend on a player, it would be the fanciest, most foreignest name they could get to.
No. They've not spent that in the 9 players they've signed, I don't think. There's no chance they've got that money at all. No hope in hell.
Albert Kidd. Badrami.
No.
See the thing about it as well. I mean, we're all calling it the Celtic transfer merry-go-round and that, but there's not been much happening anywhere, really, isn't there? No.
I'm just looking at this one. No, there's no. I was looking at one. What about the crackpots thinking about Raheem Sterling?
Oh,
Wild.
no,
Absolute
that
wild.
thing's like that. Never going to happen.
No. $100,000
I mean,
a week. And
he's
then,
not even that. He's nowhere near the player that he was a few years back.
no. But he still would do a job for us, but no the figures involved. I wouldn't entertain it. Plus, I think he's a bad egg after the pitches, you know.
He's a bit a big time Charlie, ain't he? Look at me and that.
Yep. So, you're no wanting that. I'll wait to see. But
This guy saying Dundee have rejected a bid of around 800,000 for Hibernian. Captain Luke McGowan. For Captain Luke McGowan, the Celtic still considering a move. How did right? Here's a question that right, read this on the forum, right? See these journalists and that on Twitter. How do they know what's been bid? With nearly every transfer deal that's going on in the world, these journalists know what's been bid. This has been turned down. That's been turned down. Hour by hour breakdowns of what's going on in transfers. The only people that can do that is the people that are involved in negotiations. See, that's nonsense that Celtic bid $6.5 million for Engels. I don't believe that. I just simply don't believe that.
the idea.
It's a negotiation. Do you know what I mean? It's a negotiation. It's not as if Celtic just pull a figure out of the air and say, right, we'll fling that in and see what they say. The agent, the clubs tell the agent what they need, what they're looking for. The agents tell Celtic what the club's looking for. They'll bum it up a wee bit, chancing their arm kind of thing. But all this nonsense about, this bid's been knocked back, they're needing to decide, they're expected to get back with a bid of, say, $8.5 million. Piss off, you don't know that. You're lying just to get hits and likes on Twitter.
Aye.
That Fabrizio guy, Google it about him and his deleted tweets. He puts all this stuff up and that, and then when it doesn't work out, he deletes the tweets about it.
Yep. Definitely.
That's one of the reasons. Honestly, I'll see you on the forum. That's one of the reasons I could see during the one day and that is I don't say anything about much till the last couple of days. Because all your days answering shite about what people are putting up on Twitter.
Aye.
I mean, I've said to people,
that forum the other night.
Do you want me to go and people ask me questions? Do you want me to lie?
Who was it asking you about? Says it's not going away. The rumours not going away.
Was it the French boy at Diawara? Was it the Sanchez one? And I tell him, I don't know. It's knocking up. Well, maybe it's knocking away, but I'm telling you, I don't know what's happening. So, what do you expect me to do? Tell lies and a lot of shite, and then see, because you could see if I'm only and just tell a pack of lies and a lot of shit just to try and make the site more popular and all that. It become maybe more popular, but be shite. Do you know what I mean? Just honestly, so if I don't know something, I'll just tell you. I've not got a clue. I don't know. I'll try and find out or something like that.
Marco,
aye.
Can you still WhatsApp on when you're on that?
What?
On your phone? Can you open WhatsApp on your phone now?
Aye.
What if I send you something now, right?
Better not be a picture of your Bobby again.
No, I
need for that. I was no need for that.
I can't zoom in, mate. That's how you were all laughing that night. I was lying in a bath. I thought, oh no, I've got the camera on.
Right, I can probably put that up on the screen. Give 2 seconds or something. Save. Is that somebody up at the ground that sent you that Jabba? Jerry.
Aye. Somebody said it to somebody. They're trying to say, but I'm telling you now, I don't believe it for 1 second.
Oh, where did that go, man?
This would be a great exclusive.
If I can work out what I'm doing.
There's Bobby putting up. Who's that?
Right, there we go.
So the Hindus are signing somebody for $4 million.
Yeah,
Nadeem.
it's there. And who they saying it is?
Who do you think? I put you underneath. They're trying to say that's Sterling. I can't zoom in. I don't know.
No.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to say that's Sterling. Not a Holton Hades. A lot of nonsense.
It's John Kennedy with somebody, isn't it?
Aye, it's definitely Kennedy with somebody. 100%.
And no, see, looking at the top of his seat, does that not look like the back of the head of that other picture, the two pictures
Aye,
that
the
were
one
kicking
you
about
said
earlier on?
The boy Trusty.
Aye.
Aye. Because that's Roger's Jeep, anyway.
Is it that big black one? Aye.
Aye. I don't want to get Sanchez. I think it looks more like that Trusty. It's more like Trusty.
Strange one, man. What time are we at now, Jerry boy?
8:05. Robbie Keane at the burger van.
Aye, I know.
I wonder what happened to that burger van guy. He knew everything.
Oh, it was funny, him, wasn't he?
Keane, Gavin, the lot.
Every Monday too. Somebody brought up another name. Mind we Rich T that used to come on.
Aye. He must have been a wee. It must have been a wee boy, wasn't it?
Well, that's how I kind of humoured him. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. He was like a kid on Christmas Day. Like Tigger. Anything, have you heard anything, Mark? You heard anything? What about this one? What about that one?
Gee, dog, that was the picture.
Aye, that was it.
That is hit. Just that square bit in the centre.
Mark has sent another picture of somebody and they getting their photo taken in the stadium, and I think it's Trusty, but it looks at it from behind. It could be anybody right enough. Exactly, P. McLaughlin. That's where he'll go. He'll go to Arsenal.
Who?
Sterling.
Aye, I see that. I seen he was linked with him. Aye. I mean, but the English. I mean, usually there ain't been any big, massive transfer fees this summer at all. I mean, I know the English are off worrying about this kind of the new financial stuff and that, but they're not really. I mean, I don't sit watching Sky Sports News or anything like that, so I'm not right up to it with all the fear what's going on every minute of the day with transfers with all these rubbish English pub league teams. But even getting through their forum and that, there's no anybody getting really excited about who they're signing and stuff like that. They're just moaning, usual moaning gets. Aaron McMilner saying Celtic have just announced Trusty.
Yep. See, that was what you're just touching on that about watching the financial fair play. I read that, see that guy is at the head of UEFA. He was saying that they would need to, that if it was causing teams to struggle, they would need to look at it again to see if they could alter it to help them. You think what's the point in that? He's also talking about how they've increased the Champions League to this size to try and distribute the money a lot fairer. But we know it's a lot of shite. It's just to keep the rich teams rich. And that's another reason it's always you're getting fourth for Germany, Spain, Italy, and England. Is they try and keep all these teams that are flimming heavily in debt or get hundreds of money
But even at that, it's helping the kind of smaller clubs, the poorer clubs. I mean, we're getting an extra 2 Champions League games.
Of course.
The money that comes with that. And hopefully...
overplaying qualifiers, it should. That's the one thing I like.
That's down to us, but...
No, really. If you can afford to, why give these teams leagues four places? Somebody could finish 4th or 5th. Yet we win our league and we've got to go and the qualifiers.
That side of things, it's...
I don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that, no. If that's the case, then it's like even Scotland should get 2 places. Do you know what I mean? If they're going to... It's even down to that. They should turn around and say, well, Celtic's won the European Cup, so Scotland gets one automatic place for that. And then maybe the other ones, maybe we need to play like one qualifier.
Aye.
Until you build coefficient up to get up the ladder a wee bit. But I don't agree with that. Like the force the teams just automatically qualifying for it and that. It's not right.
No.
Having a medical, Sky Sports Unit's having a medical.
Who is?
Trusty.
What's the script? Is that Napoli sign McTominay and Gilmore? Surely
I thought the Gilmore one had collapsed because Matt O'Reilly got injured. I thought Brighton had pulled out of selling Gilmore because of that.
But how? It was a bad tackle. It was quite a late tackle.
It was terrible.
An operation now.
It was shocking. I don't know if he's actually signed or that yet, but...
Trusty? Oh, it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time.
Evening, who's the snitch? Thanks for coming in tonight, brother. Hail, hail.
I wouldn't worry about it. He'll be signing.
So, if they went and signed somebody for nearly £3.5 million for Dundee...
4 million? No. They've signed a boy for Sassuolo, apparently. An Albanian for 4 million a winger. Doesn't it say £4 million right enough?
Keep refreshing this fucking Twitter pages. Come on, man.
See if there's anything doing.
Aye, that's him signed. Trusty new option in defence. We're delighted to announce the signing of American international defender Austin Trusty on a 5-year deal subject to international clearance. Welcome to Celtic FC, Austin Trusty. Here we fucking go.
Right. That's the first one.
First of many. But that's just it. I mean, see, really, that boy's obviously been bouncing about Celtic Park for hours.
Aye. Yep.
Well, doing all his media stuff, getting his pictures taken all that. Well, Mick Nick and that's doing the rest of the work in the background to get the rest of them in.
Apparently the hold up was the Wikipedia pages. They couldn't get into it to say that it was a provo.
Aye, to say if it supported the Republican movement or no.
Aye,
McMillan, I've just seen that there, aye. He's 6'3".
Who? Trusty?
That Trusty, aye.
Midget.
So that kind of, it's what I keep going on about, Jerry. We've not got any kind of aerial dominance in the defence. Yep. Hopefully a big 6'3" monster he turns out to be. You know what I mean? Just any ball into that box and he's on the end of it.
And that's what we've been lacking.
I keep saying, I keep going on about it, the cross ball into the back, Greg Taylor getting the blame for it all the time.
You're hoping that organising things that will maybe not be as bad. Or even coming for a cross ball.
But even at that, right? See, the boy was a Rangers player, wasn't it? It was a Hearts player. They'd done it twice in the one game. He was Canadian. I'm sure it's a Hearts player. He was Canadian. So Alistair Johnson knows what he's capable of. So he let him get the cross in twice. Carter Vickers was nowhere near the ball when it came into the box. Scales was nowhere near the ball when it came into the box. Joe Hart was stood in his line instead of trying to come for it. But it was all Greg Taylor's fault. Absolutely not. Do you know what I mean? That's for me, and that's what I've said. A wee tweak to the tactics and a big commanding aerial centre half in there does away with that kind of weakness in your defence for me.
Aye, G-Doc, right. Was it not Aberdeen?
It was an Aberdeen player, right?
Thingy, was it no?
Hackett, something? Was it something? No. Maybe I'm getting mixed up with the guy's name.
Aye.
But it's like that. I've said that to you before on here. That for me was a big ask. People keep saying, "Oh, we need to get a better player than Scales," and I just want a big defender that can defend in there.
Yep.
And again, I think with big Casper in goal, Junior Hoylett, that's in the Hackett's a Hearts player, isn't it? Something Hackett, Kevin Hackett. Is that right? Hackett didn't make it doesn't really matter that much. Who was I talking about there? Well, just getting a big aerial defender in.
Yep.
That was one of the main weaknesses in that defence.
Aye. Aye. We'll see what happens.
Starfelt was superb in there. Starfelt was good in there. I mean, I'm saying he's 6'3". I'm just assuming that he's going to be good in there because he could get smaller guys that can still be good in there. But Carter Vickers is very, for me, poor in there for a centre back.
Aye, I agree with you there, mate.
I mean, I suppose you could say it's just the same as Greg Taylor. You can't grow another 2 inches on them. Do you know what I mean? That would be ideal. Do you know what I mean? If Greg Taylor had another 2 inches in height before all your dirty minds start. I know you're light. I know you're kind. I know you're all like.
Right, I just need to...
I've moved my glasses now. I can't read that screen.
Aye. Henke saying Pierre was 6'9" and never won a header in his life, apart from the Airdrie.
Big Malteser head.
Aye.
That's true, right enough. Now you say that, Henke. Big Pierre wasn't that good in there, wasn't he? No.
What a player, though.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it goes back to just practicing your free kicks and your dead balls, That free kicks and that he scored was unreal.
Aye. But that's what I was saying earlier about that.
Yep.
You look at David Beckham. I mean, Beckham was a good player. He wasn't a great player. But he was a good player, but it was his dead balls and stuff like that kind of made his career.
His work rate was brilliant, but he's just...
aye.
He devoted his time and he trained like nothing in earth.
See guys like that, I don't grudge. I mean, I like David Beckham, but I see guys like that, I don't grudge him anything. No,
agreed. Of course, he's a worker.
Not planning. Do you know what I mean? To get to where they were.
Aye, Naka was better than Beckham. Free kick wise, anyway.
No bother, Bobby.
See you later, boat away for 5 minutes. Aye. What happened to his boy?
Pierre's boy?
Aye.
Who was it he went to again?
No.
When was that? What ago was that we thought we were going to be signing him? 2 years ago? 2 years ago, no?
No, it was thingy. It was there for Ida. Before we get Ida. Sydney, wasn't it?
Was it?
Aye. Sydney Van Hooydonk, but I don't know what happened to him. See you later on, Brian. All the best, mate.
Good night, Brian, mate. Catch you later on. Thanks again for all your help and everything, mate.
But I don't know if he signed full-time for Norwich.
No, he's just joined. He ended up at he went to Bologna. Went on loan to Norwich.
Aye.
Went on loan to Norwich, back to Bologna, and they gave him a free transfer and he signed for Cesena, an Italian team, another Italian team.
Aye.
On a free. Yeah, what about him for a third choice striker? If he was kicking about in a free.
I think if it wasn't for his dad, we wouldn't be interested.
He was a decent player when he was younger. Maybe he just gets settled, a decent bit of coaching in him instead of bouncing about for pillar to post.
We were wanting one at one point. Only
Aye.
Addies.
That's all that is.
Yep.
I mean, did Jordan Larson, is he still playing?
Last I heard was a couple of years ago, I don't know when it was at Roma, wasn't he? But that was a few seasons ago.
He's playing for Copenhagen now.
He's at Copenhagen now?
Aye.
Oft. So.
So still only 27. No, I mean, youth career, 2004 to 2006, Barcelona. Yep. 2006 to 2012, that team that Henrik was tied up with, Hogborgs or something like that. Then on to Helsingborg, NEC, Narkotum, Spartak Moscow, AIK, Schalke, Copenhagen and loan, then Copenhagen full time.
Aye.
358 games he's played in his career, 95 goals. Aye, son, you weren't exactly a chip off the old block.
No, it's they're ranking at it again. No, that's it's a hard name to live up to, unfortunately.
Aye, one of the hardest.
Aye, exactly. But again, all comes down to hard work and a wee bit of luck.
I maybe thought I'm Henrik Larsson's boy. I've made that. I mean, how many I've been like that. I mean, even getting back to Paul Douglas. You're too young to mind him, but Celtic and that.
Remember, remember.
That's just, I will say him, look who his dad is, he might turn out all right. Yeah, that's basically what happens. Well, not as much these days, but a lot of the time, like even back in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that, a lot of players, their boys end up with a career out of football, and they just, because it was their dad, they started at Celtic and then they just dropped down to another club and then another club and they'll find a level, but they're still making a living out of playing.
Dan Ferguson won a Premiership, didn't he? Got a Premiership winners medal.
Aye.
Couldn't have trapped a bag of wet cement.
That was terrible, wasn't it? When you think about that, how, I mean, we're going about like Peter Lelvey, but he's boying that. But I mean, that's Alex Ferguson just. And then did they not employ him as a scout? And his brother as well. He was his scout, and when Darren didn't have a management job, he took on as a scout and stuff like that.
Aye. Then when he had a management job, he was getting the pick of the players. Aye. No bad gig. As Sir Roy Keane used to say, he always done what's best for Man United.
Aye.
Sure he did. There's G-Dog asked about beating in Dallas for a game on Sunday. You worried?
Nah. No worrying me.
No.
I don't think it'll come into it.
I hope we have.
They're Henke backing up Peter Lowell and that. I'll be taking that modern crown off you in that Discord we talk like that.
Oh, what happened?
What do you mean what happened?
You give him that mod now, he's wanting to back up Lowell.
Aye. Next time you'll be me in private messaging me and that, can my boy get a mod in the Discord? I was fair. Aye, I know what you were meaning. I get your sarcasm, Henke, a day, bud. 6 million deal for Trusty, 5 years, 6 million. So what's that we're spending? Is that now?
Still no touched 100 million. I think it was just the money for player sales this one day with Black.
I'm just meaning in general. What's that? With that? What was Bernardo 3.5?
3.5.
What was it? 9.5 for Ida?
Yes, allegedly.
So is it 13?
10.5 for Engels, is it?
But he's not announced yet, do you know what I mean? But he's not, I'm talking about what's actually set in stone.
Well, they're 6, that takes you to 20. Casper was a free, sent the other Finnish keeper for Villa. What was he? $1 million?
Was that what we paid for him? I thought it was only about 600,000. SL 88 said 30 million. Evening, mate, thanks for coming in again, bud. And Bobby saying it, I know, it took me a bit to understand our head because he's just a sarcastic so I've got a wee love in going on in the Discord, Bobby and Penky. A wee bit of flirtatiousness is going on at times, I've noticed. Seen on Twitter. Jerry, you've cut off again, I think, mate.
No, I'm here.
Oh, seen on Twitter 3 permanent, 2 loans being worked on. Engels, Trusty McCowan, all permanent. See, that's with the Frimpong to Barca thing. I don't think they're allowed to.
No, they can't register that boy. They've signed. I can't stand them, but they've signed some boy and they can't register him.
Aye.
But then Frimpong just signed a new deal. Did he know? He signed a new deal.
Did he?
Apparently I read somewhere he signed a new deal and done away with that. Was it a 40 million buyout
clause?
That
wouldn't surprise me.
Done away with a £40 million buyout clause. I don't think they'll lose many players, or they're not going to lose MD now. Leverkusen, I think they were all want to have a crack at this Champions League.
Do you think this is going to be the moan into it? I know, but see, like if we do go and like just spend, say, like 35 million in this window, that's like, see, the Celtic Matt O'Reilly. Do you know what I mean? That was just a Matt O'Reilly money. That's. But do you know what? There's still a limit to the money that you. I mean, it sounds stupid, I know, but there is still a limit to the money you can spend.
Mate, look, listen. No matter what
if we were sitting here the last podcast of when the season shut, Jerry, and I say to you, look, see, come the summer, Matt O'Reilly will leave, and we'll spend over £30 million in players. Would you have been happy with that? And I mean, I don't mean £30 million on 30 players. Do you know what I mean? We invested them. G-Doc, I'm up the stairs in the kind of office room for the first time doing the podcast tonight, and the window's open. I think it's one of my neighbours. Is it annoying you? I'll go and shut the window if you want.
I thought it was your headboard, mate. It's fine. It's no sound.
I don't know. I think it's my neighbour just working in his garden. Evening, Miles. Nice to see you, buddy, stranger. Where you been hiding?
I know. I was going to say that. I've not heard or seen his name for yonks. Hope you're doing well, Miles.
Yeah, go and give a sub to Cell 88's channel there, Bobby. Put the link up in the chat. Go and give the boy a sub. What was I talking about there now?
You asked me if I'd be happy.
Oh, aye.
O'Reilly was away and we'd spent 30 million.
And got to the deadwood out the club.
We've done. It's been the best window we've had in yonks, considering what we've got out and what we've got in. Well, if we've to believe that Engels is in. We've got the left back that we've been looking for. We've got a centre half. We've got somebody in that allegedly is on par with O'Reilly to replace him. We're maybe going to add another midfielder. We've got a striker in because we know Kyogo's a shoulder injury away for being out for the season. We could maybe be doing another winger if we want to be a wee bit greedy. But all in all, no, we've covered everywhere and we've made a massive improvement in the goalkeeping department. We'll say massive. We've signed the 2 keepers, but Casper's an upgrade on Joe. So all in all, I'd say it'd be a really good window. I'd still like a wee bit more money spent, a couple of bit. It doesn't matter how much you spend. There's always going to be people that's not happy, but it's been good.
And you can see the length of time it's took. You can understand why people aren't happy about it.
Of course.
It's right, but bringing in foreign players, it takes a bit of time. See, like the Engels deal, we wouldn't have signed him if Matt O'Reilly wasn't leaving, and that was nothing to do with money. That was a case of if he signed Engels, come a game, it's a choice. One of them's on the bench, and none of the two of them's got to be happy or that kind of situation. Mm-hmm. So once and everybody, but Matt O'Reilly was talking to Brighton for 2 months. It's agreed terms with Brighton. He had agreed terms with Atalanta, but he wasn't going anywhere till somebody met Celtic's asking price. Mm-hmm. And so for all we know, Celtic were talking to Engels for 2 months.
Yep.
Saying we're expecting this to right, then keep them up to date with the situation so they're not just leading the lad on kind of thing.
Yep.
And as time went on, and it became probably more apparent at Brighton. I mean, the amount of teams that looked at Matt O'Reilly and balked at the asking price. But Celtic done the right thing. He's your player, that's the price we want, and we're holding out for that.
Yep.
So you can't, it's all this comes into with things, but it's like, see if they're going to say Luke McCowan, because they've had him in weeks ago. Right, the guy for Barcelona, which has just came out, was pure left field. It's like, well, they were trying to get him. Barcelona were trying to get him to sign a new contract. So was that a case of has that move been in the pipeline? But to wait till his contract situation gets sorted out with Barcelona before we could pull the trigger on that. All these permutations work into it, but there's absolutely no reason that we should have went for signing like Casper and that and this the kind of length of time it's took dragging out transfers. Really, that's what. And Rodgers has said it himself that they need to look at it and he'll be looking to improve the recruitment process or system or whatever it is. And that's really that could be one of the best things Rodgers could do for Celtic in the long term if Rodgers gets that sorted out for us.
Of course. But no, it's been a positive window so far. Are you happy with it?
If everything goes to plan or not, I'm as I said, I was just trusting Brendan and kept just saying, "Oh, I'll wait till the window shuts." I mean, I was as angry as anybody else, but there was no point in ranting and raving about it until there came a point that there was nothing could be done about it. The window was shut and we weren't any further forward.
Yep.
And people are saying, but we're no any. We've no right. We've brought in the defender and that, but for weeks there, all we've heard is we're no any better off or stronger than we were last season.
Aye.
But this exact same thing happened when we signed Carter. What am I talking about here? Carter, Vickers, Jota, when they were on loan, and if you mind right, Maeda was in loan for he was on loan for the 6 months from January to the May, wasn't it? And then it became permanent.
Yep.
Right. And people are forgetting as well, but Champions League last year, we didn't have Ida in the team. Yep. We didn't have Kasper Schmeichel in the team. So, but technically, considering like for European games, we were strong. Yep. We were stronger.
Definitely. Right.
But that's what I'm saying, G-Dog. They probably were waiting on the O'Reilly deal, but not for the money. If Matt O'Reilly hadn't left Celtic, we wouldn't be signing Engels, mate. That's the thing. Until the Matt O'Reilly deal was done, we'd no use for Engels.
Do you think Moyes will be happy with a squad then from taking over on Monday?
Well, I don't know. But I think he'll let Lennon take the first training session in that.
Aye. Maybe a fitness. We run.
Checking YouTube stats, you're now the fourth most popular Celtic channel. When you started, you weren't it? Off. That's mental.
No half.
I can't believe that I tell you this every now and again. This was just a wee daft thing I started for the guys off the forum to sit and talk on and that. I can't believe it's happened. The amount of subscribers and the amount of people that actually sit and just listen to us and that. It's really, I really appreciate it. It's not what I expected, but I really do appreciate it. Thanks very much. It's the same. I'll put a link out. I'm not very good with Twitter and that. So I think I'm just a bit too old for that, right? But I sit and put just a lot of rubbish on it, sitting at night, and with Yoda no being while I was sitting up. I put a tweet out the other night.
Ross McCausland one.
Aye. Right. 216,000.3 views.
Unreal.
Over 216,000 views. 1.7 thousand likes. I don't know what I woke up during it. I kept hearing my phone going click, 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 click. I didn't know what it was. And soon I looked in the morning and I had all these like notifications for Twitter. I'm like, oh man, if I put something pure, do you know what I mean? Too dirty, too stodgy or that on it. And then I couldn't believe it, man. I don't know. Does that count as viral? Would you say that I went viral there?
I went viral myself a few times.
I mean, that's me reaching for the stars now. Do you know what I mean? Big Jabber will be beeling, know what he says. That's because I retweeted it for you.
Some boy.
Big man's wanting a bit of Twitter fame.
What about it'd be interesting to hear the Bishop's take on the the transfer window if everything goes to plan.
Aye. We'll get him on. We'll get him on one night during the week.
Aye. Yeah, I like that comment for Ken. Like Marco's only
get a link up if it's all right for, and the lads will go and subscribe to your boy's channel. No bother. Aye, that'll be right. Me on an OnlyFans. Guys don't do that, do they? Is that not just women?
I couldn't tell you, mate. I know nothing about it. You try to lead me into a trap here.
You're younger and know what young folk that are into. Do you know what I mean? It's like. I mean, see, when I was younger and that, but meet my bird and that. Oh, aye, how you doing that? Where'd you meet her? I met her on the internet. Like, whoa, creepy weirdo, man. Do you know what I mean? You didn't tell people you met a bird on the internet. And now it's just a normal everyday thing. Everybody in their dog that's looking for whatever, you can just join a wee daft app and nobody bats an eyelid about it.
No. You can get the thingy, you can get there's creeps out there that buy all sorts. Pictures of feet and all. Or not that I've bought any, but...
But you got all the mad stuff passed about you in the WhatsApp groups and that, didn't you?
Try to zoom in on my toes.
No, Terence, there's nothing official yet about McCowan, but Big Justice signed, the big defender, he's signed, that's official. It's the Bona boy. It's like being in the booze and getting the crack, that's the thing here. That's what we want, mate. That's exactly what we want it to be like, bud. Aye, G-Talk, you're all right, mate. No for two, Bob, anyway.
I think they think I'm at it.
Sounds like a man who sold feet pics. Sitting dipping his feet in a basin called baked beans.
Oh, what, man? Toes like cheesy Watsits. No, it wouldn't my feet, man. If you've seen the set of Partick middies I've got on me, man, I'd be selling them. Pictures of them.
Even Terence is saying it.
I know. No fooling them.
Out in yourself all the time on here. Go and give Bobby's lad a wee channel a wee follow, lads. Still nothing more happening on Twitter.
Nah. Hopefully, I wonder about the hold up with his Wengels.
But like the day of getting the dealer of the line.
Aye, I'm announcing it.
Oh, I don't know what that is. One of the problems with getting the dealer of the line was the money that his team earned Jeremy Osberg owed him. Aye. They wanted Celtic to pay that and they would take a smaller sell. Whether they wanted 20%, they would take 15 or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They were trying to get Celtic to pay the money up.
Aye.
Again, That's all just part of these kind of negotiations, Jerry.
Yep.
Transfers don't happen overnight. It's like, see this thing with this McEwen, that's been bubbling away for weeks. You know what I mean? I think this has been bubbling away for weeks with McEwen, and that's why he's no like went to Hibs or anything like that. He's known that Celtic were coming in for him.
Aye.
And he's just sat, and they've just sat there holding their wheest, waiting and it happening.
Talking about wingers and all that and money, it's just when Bobby 1962 went on about the Raheem going to Arsenal. What about I thought that was a weird signing, that Chiesa boy going to Liverpool for 12 million or 10 million quid. I thought he was looked an outstanding player, and I've seen him with a couple of times. I've seen him with Italy.
You heard of it? Aye, he's a cracking player. I didn't think Liverpool have got to sign anybody.
Aye, 10 million they signed him for.
Was that what it was for him?
10 million, and then they've got 2.5 extras if they win the Champions League in the league.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Aye. What about there was another one I was going to say.
I'd love that Bobby. One of the big English pub league teams to go bust. But the monies I've got, it's hard to get your head around it. It was like, see, when I was younger, you used to read things and like catch things on the telly, and they would be talking about like American football and baseball and stuff like that. And the money that they were talking about, I know it's dollars, but even that, you're like, that's unbelievable getting money like that just for playing like American football or baseball or that. And then now the money football clubs have got and their owners have got, and they get through Sky sponsorships, it's astronomical. It would really, definitely. I mean, it would take, see, like, I'd go and dig into that and see like how much it would actually, like if Chelsea went bust, how much they would actually be. Do you know what I mean? Up for how much millions in debt there actually would be. Yep.
I could just come back as something else the next day, all right.
The Chelsea.
Aye.
Dave King would buy them out, pay all their debt, and rename them Rangers. Put them in the league.
Get their free transfer doing that. But no, the Chiesa one, it was I thought he was a cracking player. And for that kind of money, you think, what?
You think you'd think you get more than that, wouldn't you?
No half. She's still quite young. And then they signed a keeper and all, then knocked back Forest's bid for that Kelleher.
Aye. I mean, I don't know if but he's the only team I've seen him
Forest,
linked with.
Yep. That's it.
That's going to be another 6. Is that another 6 months at least? Just I mean, 25. He'll be 26 when the January window opens.
I was going to say he'll be 26, and he's not played a lot of first team football at all, and they've just signed another keeper who they're all reckoning is going to be Alisson's replacement.
That's a weird thing, that. I mean, fair play to the young boy, but still a bit of a weird career, I think, for somebody at his age. Just to, I mean, he's a bit like I was just going to say that he's a bit like Scott Bain, but he's doing it when he's been younger.
Yep.
I mean, he's 26. He's 25 now, and he's played 47 games of football. That's aye. And people. I've no doubt he would be a good keeper, but see, even if Celtic had signed him, he's kind of lacking experience with a bit of what I worry for 100%. Me. Because I've not seen that much of him to be confident that he'll come good for it. Do you know what I mean? I've not seen that enough of him, but just that kind of lack of experience, I would be like, how's he going to handle the pressure of a derby game, a Champions League night at Celtic Park?
Yep. 100%.
TikTok Todd away to Blackburn.
Is he signed?
£500,000. Aye. Another
Schussburgers away, huh?
Aye, another superstar that was coming up here to run amok, wouldn't it? Take her for Calmac and stuff like that.
Hashtag 56. See you later.
Aye.
What a knob.
One of the Liverpool keepers who's just going to Livy on loan. Hope it's no Kelleher. Diving about in that plastic pitch.
By youth. That plastic pit. This is the last season in a minute.
Aye.
Good. That Kilmarnock's ripped up at the end of this season. About time.
I mean, I've said this all along, right? See, if you want to have a plastic pitch, have one, but it needs to be top of the range. Do you know what I mean? It needs to. You can't. I mean, that Kilmarnock pitch, ridiculous. The Livingston pitch. See, watching that on the telly, you can't even follow the ball.
No, it's scandalous. Scandalous. I wouldn't have it at all.
If you're going to have a plastic pitch, it should be like what they use up in Scandinavia or something like that. But in the top league, there shouldn't be plastic pitches like that.
Frightening.
Nah. I mean, yours is a bit plasticky, I know, don't forget.
Is that Dessel?
Aye. I don't know if it was that Dessel we used for the new one, was it? If it did, we better get a discount off them for the last heap of shite they sell us.
Exactly, that man was diseased.
Look, Neil Lennon on Twitter. Should be serious humble pie being consumed by entitled fans on here tonight. The board were patient, resolute on their top targets and get the job done. Twitter experts would have had them sign Plan D last month to satisfy their thirst for signings.
He'd concentrating the job that he was meant to be doing rather than worrying about us.
Aye, but he's the assistant manager with Davy Moyes when Brendan Rodgers walks out on Sunday.
Aye. Yep, that's true.
So he's probably got a fair point there. He'll know a lot more about what Celtic were planning this summer than us.
Aye, that's fair call.
Imagine folk believing that and worrying about that.
No, it's...
See, when I've seen people in the Discord, I'd say, this is true and that. What?
They said it was true in the Discord, didn't they?
Aye, there was people in the Discord flapping about it, weren't there, Bobby? Henke, there was guys in it, that's why we're joking about it. Do you know what I mean? And it was like, we'll see if that was the case. But we weren't going to sign anybody because there's no way Celtic have got to sign players for a manager that's going to walk out in a couple of days' time.
Aye, exactly.
Moonhowl and guys just, Twitter,
I
mean, that Twitter and that's an absolute cesspit to Celtic full community.
I've not got in like
Twitter,
that, mate. Man. I've never been on it. I'm totally illiterate. See, when it comes to computers, I've got to rely on my wee boy to do all my shite for uni. When I go, he's got to do the, well, my missus and him does the reports. I've not got a clue. Twitter, social media, computers, clueless, mate.
I mean, I use it more for just like, I don't really interact that much on it. I just kind of use it for like information. Do you know what I mean? Like a data kind of source.
Aye, I'm sure.
But there's some right absolute roasters on it. Among some Celtic supporters on it are just.
I used to want to, let's see, remember Kev 83?
Aye.
Because I used to always see Welshie going on laughing about Kev.
Aye.
His online rants with folk, but I think maybe Jabbers took his place.
Aye, Jabber's writing about it. He's writing about it, arguing with that lot, and that's the usual. It's just straight to the point. They're no filter. You can get a good laugh on it reading like some of the stupid people, some of the stuff that people sit and argue about.
Aye.
But I'm not sitting arguing with people on social media like, nah, no chance. Just arguing with people you don't know, you're never going to see or anything about pointless stuff.
Oh, we can do that in the Discord anyway.
Aye.
Henke likes throwing hand grenades in.
3.5 million for Mikey Johnson, was it?
Unbelievable, isn't it?
That's
unbelievable.
Aye.
Think
You
of the money
can't,
we've
again, you
got for
can't,
some of the
shite,
boys.
aye.
I mean, it's unreal.
And they can't, that Tavernier, no, they thought they were getting millions for him this summer.
Aye, 100%. Tav paying away for 50 million.
Aye. The Saudi, him and Goldson, wasn't it?
Aye. Goldson's in a team playing in green and white and doing the huddle. What more could they ask for? You can't beat them, join them, eh?
Aye.
You need to come back on at 11:15, Marco.
Nat Phillips away to Derby on loan.
Miles, we were talking about that earlier on about Awata. I think it's a loan. I don't know if they must have an option to buy him at the end of it.
I think after last week when he wasn't even made the bench, I think we kind of said, didn't we? There must be something in the pipeline here.
Because he wasn't injured. And then Holmes coming on, and Holmes hadn't been featuring at all last season, and Holmes coming on before him.
What about the Champions League then? What about the draw? We've been sitting here for nearly 2 years and we've not even mentioned it yet.
Never even mentioned it, my man. Never even mentioned it. Brilliant. I'm happy with that. What a draw it is.
Aye.
In some cracking footballing teams.
And I mean, there's hard games in there, but there's no. And I've seen even the Huns are saying it, and that it's like a Europa League group they've got. It could be. Maybe apart from the 2 Germans, do you know what I mean? Apart from the 2 German teams.
Remember we had the Europa League draw, it was like a Champions League draw before. And there were
a couple like that.
Aye, it's I think it's a good draw. Don't get me wrong, it's some hard games. But they're some interesting games and all. And it's up to us. Hopefully Rodgers is getting the tools to try and do something. I'm not saying win every game, but at least put up a fight instead of just teams coming to Celtic Park and think, no, this is fantastic. Look at the atmosphere here, and thanks for the 3 points.
Another tweet from Mr. Lennon. By midnight, Celtic will have spent more in this window than Bruges, Young Boys of Bern, Zagreb and Bratislava combined. Huge sign of ambition by the club, dwarfing direct competitor spending. Must be
Look how much Bruges has spent over the last, 5-10 years though, compared to us.
I don't think Bruges do spend a lot, do they?
Aye, they've spent quite a few bob, mate. They've been how often been in the Champions League as well? They've done no too shabby if you look at them.
But I've said it all along. This is the team you were talking earlier on. Should have probably been doing this road then to take it up. But for me, the transformation, the way the new format and that for the Champions League, I like it. See, I know what you're saying, right? I don't like the stuff about the big leagues get 4 and 5 places and stuff like that. But the actual format for the league, I think suits us a hell of a lot better.
Of course, I totally agree, mate.
And I've said it for fun out, like put the new format entailed in that. This is the best chance Celtic's got to rebuild a bit of reputation and even take a step forward in Europe. Do you know what I mean? All we need to do is finish in these 16 places or whatever it is and get into that playoff round. And that's progress for me. I'd be delighted with that, even if you don't get by the playoff round. But again, you're only playing a team that's in that section as well. So they're your same kind of level. So, and then maybe next year, fingers crossed with qualifiers, but maybe next year you actually get to the round of 16. But even again, even next year again, even if you still just get to the playoff round, I'd still be delighted with that. I just don't want us to be just keep being whipping boys and getting laughed at. And I think Brendan Rodgers is feeling a bit the kind of same way. Do you know what I mean? He's talking about we don't want to just be partake it. We want to be competitive. I mean, you can get beat and still be competitive. and we said last season in a few of the games, that it was fine margins. It was silly wee mistakes, or maybe just a better, again, McGregor with the CDM stuff or stuff like that. It was stupid wee things, and Rodgers knows that we're no a million miles away from maybe getting just to being a good European team. Still there? He's bolted it. Jerry, you need to get back on here. You can't leave me on here myself, man. I'm no sitting. It's getting said in the chat. Bruce have spent 27 million. Young boys 2 million just in fees. There he's back.
You there, Marco?
Aye.
I don't know what happened. I could hear you. How did you hear you? See Club Bruges in the last 5 years. Ask Bobby to pull up.
There he says Bruges have spent, I think this is maybe just this window he's talking about. Bruges have spent 27 million.
Aye, but see, like 2 years ago when they get pumped to the Champions League or 3, they spent about 50, 60 million.
Oof. Do you think we'll ever do that?
What's that, mate?
Do you think we'll ever spend that in one summer? Like the next, no, but eventually we will with inflation and stuff like that.
Aye, of course.
I mean,
just 5 years.
No think so.
No. I mean, how long does it take us to spend this amount? And then you've got to think with it's got to be getting a wee bit harder for us to qualify. Well, I'm hoping we do well in this one. The coefficient points go up, and then we've only got one round of qualifiers, I think, at the end of the season if we win the league. So we'd hopefully, for the luck of the draw, get into that. Hoping this is all.
Is it only one round of qualifiers? Aye.
I'm sure it is, mate. I'm sure it
see,
is.
that's no so bad, because I think we'd be seeded in that.
Yep.
So that isn't so bad. But you know what somebody said to me the day? Imagine we'd back Brendan Rodgers when he was first here, the way we are the now. Where would we be now, do you think? We could be...
We tried to use that Club Bruges as an example. We were all mumping and moaning how when they were in the Champions League, getting to the Champions League, then done nothing. But we're talking about how that Club Bruges had been in about 4 or 5 years before they even managed to get out their group. It was a case of kind of slowly building. There's no... With the way things are with finances and all the rest of it, it's good that we're spending money to try and progress, but it's no guaranteeing you getting out the groups or doing whatever. It's giving us a hell of a lot better chance. But I know what you're saying. If we'd backed them away back then, and we were in the position to do it.
Financially, aye, we were, I think. I mean, as we said, it was like Castagna, aye.
And there was 3 of them. McGinn, but the McGinn things that's just nonsense. We had offered the money for him, so it was just really Castagna and Schär, wasn't it?
Aye.
But I think Castagna, they were looking for like 7 or 8 million at the time, and Schär was maybe the same. And I think he's saying that these are the 3 players that I need to kick his own.
I mean, it's like, and again, if Rodgers, but he's publicly coming out and saying, is actually showing a bit, if the plans are going to be implemented, it's showing a bit of long-term planning when he's talking about, instead of spending 18 million on 9 players, you buy 3 players for 18 million pound and that. And I'll go back, people moan about if we only spend 30 odd million, but we'll have Matt O'Reilly paid for everything, Celtic bullshit, whatever. But if next summer comes and we sell Hatate for 30 million and bring in another 4 or 5 players that are 9, 10 million pound, you can see the kind of progression and trying to better the team, better everything with that. Do you know what I mean? Instead of it being a pure clusterfuck every summer, you're signing 10 players that you're flinging darts at a board hoping that 1 or 2 of them become successes.
Yep.
I mean, still bring in projects. because you need to bring projects in. You need to have young players waiting to come through and trying to get into the team and stuff like that. But you've also got to buy quality that improves you for the here and now. Or that here and now kind of just stagnates, or worse, goes backwards.
Yeah, but the projects there's less chance of them being a success when they're surrounded by other projects as well.
Exactly. I mean, it's like, I mean, I think Kuhn's going to tear the league, at least the league up this year for us. I really do. And it's like, he's only a young boy, but he's got the kind of experienced players about him. They kind of allow him to go and try and like express himself during the game.
Yep.
Whereas, because a lot of young players and that, it's just they've not got the experience of how to manage the playing time during a game. Do you know what I mean? Yep. There's no case here. You just don't run about like a blue-ass fly for 90 minutes. You've got to time things and work to formations and processes in the pitch and stuff. So
that's that.
You've got to have the experienced players in the team to get the team playing that way and bring out the best in the youngsters. The pressure shouldn't be on the youngsters. And if your team's full of youngsters, one of them's going to, do you know what I mean, have to shoulder the kind of the brunt of it or the blame or whatever you want to call it.
Yep, 100%.
I maybe Kuhn a bit of a bad example then, Bobby. But you know what I'm talking about. You can't just throw a team full of young players together and hope that it works out without having like the added experience of people like even Carter, Vickers, McGregor, even Kyogo, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how like he can communicate. Can Kyogo speak English? Any?
I think he can understand it and he'll know certain words, I think.
Aye. But even that, like on the pitch, if you could, like telling them no, like hod instead of, do you know what I mean? Playing him through the game, he'd maybe gone too quick and stuff like that. Whatever young player it is, gone too quick, and you've got players on the park teaching them, no, if we're doing this, you hold back a bit, and then you go and stuff like that.
Yep. Definitely. I will wait to see. What you thinking for Sunday?
I don't know whether to go for 3 or 4-0.
Aye, think so.
Aye. They're terrible. If we get an early goal, we'll give them a pounding, I think.
I'll take any result. Any win at all. Couldn't care less what it is. 1-0, 10-0, one goal. Couldn't care less.
I'd love to hear a statement doing. Do you know what I mean? Just to see the way they are now. They're just we're going about Celtic's get their kind of fit in their throat. It's time we kind of push down on it as a club. But even season as a team come Sunday, if we push down and give them a down, their season is completely gone.
No, I agree there. They're mentally fragile, and I think if we do beat them, then the Belgian Beals in a lot of bother.
Aye,
a lot of bother. And if it's a heavy defeat, then they're finished. But we'll see. I don't always go for a 3-4-5-0.
What about the chat? What do you think the score's going to be on Sunday? I predict 4-0 for every game, Jerry. It's just, you know me.
I'll take any win at all. Any win at all. Still nothing announced with MD else.
No, I'm just checking. What's going on?
G-Doc, that was actually the score that I was thinking. 3-1.
I don't know. I can't even give them a goal in my head. I can't.
They've got Deadly Dessers up front.
Aye. See if I was Rodgers as well, and see if I was Cal McGregor. He's like having a wee couple of goals in him this season. I'd be dinging shots into Butland's, if Butland's still there, that is, and Butland's low corners.
Definitely, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? Get Cal Mako on the score sheet against him. 11-0, Bobby says. William Smith saying 3-1 as well. Mate, it'll be if they've lost all the kind of big muscle men in the middle of the park as well, haven't they? That Lundstrom and all that, they're all away as well. I mean, they're just
we come tell you who's still there.
We came out the traps flying and they'll not know what's hit them.
They're coming to play anyway, aren't they?
Because they must, because they must. See, usually on Twitter and stuff like that, you get the, let's get the battle fever on and all that kind of nonsense for them. Do you know, there's nothing. They know what's coming. This is their destiny to get pumped rotten on Sunday.
No Vaseline, nothing. Here's hoping, mate. I say I'll not be watching it till later on. So if you're doing a pot, what time's the kick? 12:30 or 12:30?
12:30.
So what time? 12:30. Okay, I'll be able to do a pod, no bother. So I'll go for a walk or out for a couple of hours, and then I'll watch it if we win.
If we win,
I watch it back at my boys. Aye.
Your dad sat and watch it with you again.
Aye, no bother at all.
If they win, aye.
Aye, no problems at all. We love the drama. Still up to it. He done kick every ball, even though he knows the score.
And sit and do that. Look, Jerry, watch this bit. Wait till you see this bit. Look what he done here.
He's all right. He keeps his mouth shut because he hates it. Knowing he doesn't like watching that match of the day. He doesn't like me telling him the scores. He prefers to watch it, but he'll rewatch the Celtic games regardless of the score.
Well, can we just call that a night then, big man?
No bother at all, mate. I can sit all night. He saves me for going downstairs and listening to her, but it's sound. I'll need to take
I'll stay on for a wee half. I'll stay on for another half hour if you want. If that's all right with you. I'm not doing anything. She's in her bed with the wee man.
Super, wouldn't she? No, I'll need to take the dogs out anyway, Marco.
I'll
need to take the dogs out.
I know that kind of get the dogs to take out at night, so that's how I do it. Why the fucking...
Nice sweat at all. No, you're fine. We're back on Sunday then.
Celebrating new signings, pumping the Huns.
Hopefully the Bishop is still available. Has taken what he thinks of the window.
John will know born on Sunday. Can't do a Sunday, but we've got only one night during the week.
Definitely.
When does the Champions League games actually start?
Good question.
The 19th about the 19th of September. Yeah, Estapona boy asking, can you no watch, Jerry?
No, mate, I cannot. That's my blood pressure goes through the roof. I just cannot deal with it at all. My missus knows when Celtic are playing Rangers for the way I'm acting in a couple of days before it. And then the day of the game, she just goes off her chump. She hates it. So I try and go for a walk or go to my bed or whatever. Leave the phone in the house. I can't deal with it. But there's a Hundo Swally Shally across the road from me. It's been shut for a season or two. So I'm hoping to remain shut this season as well.
There's an international windy due, I know, isn't there? Is that if
that's after this game?
Is it? Aye.
We're playing the Man U Legends game.
Aye, well, she was on a group chat earlier on, talking about who's wanting tickets and that for it. Big Jabber, get me one. Well, she got them, and then Jabber found out it was doing Manchester.
Aye. It was, there's a few, our bus, I don't know if they're running it, I think they're running a bus down to it. But,
are they, aye?
Aye, they asked us weeks and weeks ago if anybody was interested, but couldn't be bothered going down there for that.
Last time I was doing it was Roy Keane's testimonial.
Aye,
that was a good day.
Definitely.
So is your bus gone?
Aye. They're running a wee bus to it.
Is there seats on it?
No idea, I can fin out.
I've even messaged Big Jabber and asked him if he had gone to take that ticket and for seats on it, if he said just...
Aye, no bother at
Because he
all.
was, he was talking about if we can get somebody to watch the Dugget, he'd maybe jump the train down for it. If you get around in the supporters bus, that would be all right. Because he obviously probably knows the guys that own it,
Aye, a brand new bunch, to be honest. Brand new bunch.
The dates, the Champions League dates are out tomorrow, isn't it? Saturday. Right, big man, thanks very much for coming
No
on.
bother, guys. It's been emotional. Marco, I'll talk to you on Sunday.
No bother, Jerry, bud.
All right, all
Right.
the best. God bless
Right,
everyone.
good night. God
Thanks
bless.
for having us. Bye-bye.
Right, thanks everybody for joining us in the chat. I hope you enjoyed it. A bit of laughing that. Everybody that listens back on Spotify and that as well, if a couple of messages off people just saying how much they enjoy listening to it. Really appreciate all the listeners, all the support and stuff like that. Remember, hit the like button, and if you know how, leave a comment. We'll be back on Sunday night. 6:30. We'll go back to 6:30. We thought we'd do 79 this night. A wee bit later, I think Celtic would have done more, just basically, but that's what it is. So enjoy your weekends, lads. Enjoy Sunday. Here we go. Hail, hail, good night, and God bless.